A person who cares about everyone's opinion can never be happy nor satisfied in his life. Listen, man, stop changing your beliefs in order to fit in with other people. Because if you are watching this video, I know you want to be great, you want to be better than most people, and you want to be extremely disciplined. Hence, your path is drastically different from what average people take. That's why nobody really shares their mindsets or beliefs because they don't share a viewpoint. And if you keep comparing yourself to other people, then you'll always care about where your position is with respect to other people, not your past self. So you won't really care and you won't really appreciate where you're right now. And that's what really matters most. If you keep comparing yourself to others, you'll always feel like you'll be better or you're lacking something. Therefore, it's no wonder that you don't feel happy or satisfied. And if you keep feeling inferior to other people, you always feel like, oh man, I gotta be better than this man. I gotta be better than this guy. Then you won't really appreciate where you are right now. And you will start caring about your position with respect to other people and not your past self. And here's why this is actually really bad. Because suppose you are earning 1k a month, okay? Dollars or whatever currency is, you're earning 1k a month. Pretty solid. And now you bump it up to like 10k a month. Now, when you were at 1k a month, you didn't really appreciate where you were and you wanted to earn 10k. Now, when you're at 10k, since you see other people earning more, you don't really appreciate where you are right now with just 10k a month, although you have 10 times your revenue. And if you keep on comparing yourself to other people, you'll never really know when you're actually growing or just other people have become bad. Here's an example, okay? Suppose the entire world, for some what reason, they became obese, okay? So now, because the entire world is obese, and now you're the top one physique, like literally the best in the world. But now tell me one thing. Does this indicate growth? It doesn't. Because you didn't really grow from your past self. Your physique just remained same before and after. However, everybody around you got worse, and that's why you are the best. Here, you didn't really grow. Other people just became worse. This is why if you keep comparing yourself to other people, you'll never really know when you're making progress. It tells you that all your efforts did not go to waste, and they're actually making something. We should all be like the superior man. His path is one of an exception. That's why most people don't really share his beliefs and his mindset and they keep criticizing him. However, he does not care and he doesn't reply back because he's just too focused on his work to care. However, this mental fortitude wasn't developed in a day. It took years of practice and he always wasn't like this. That's why even you should start right now if you want to be more like him. And we should. When you know that you could be better, but you appreciate where you are right now, that is the time where you make the most progress and you'll be the happiest. By now, you must have learned why caring about other people's opinion is actually bad. Well, now I'll tell you how to actually stop caring. I'll give you a series of habits that you need to develop, and once you develop them, you'll stop caring. This is a practical advice section of this video. Let's get started. The first thing you need to do is to ignore insults. Back in 9th grade, I had a friend group which is made up of 6 people, right? And out of the 6 people, there were like two really annoying people. They were like retards. They kept on insulting me. They kept on, trying to trigger me with like random words. So basically, they was being jackasses, right? And when they insulted me, I insulted them back. And then I was really wondering, why weren't they stopping? I was insulting them back. So they should have been stopping by now. I wasn't really making any progress towards making them stop. So this continued to like half of the year. Now you also might be, insulting your friends back when they insult you, right? However, it's not really a good option because I tried myself and even you must have seen for yourself that it didn't really work, right? They continue. However, during that time, in like half yearly exams and after that, I realized one thing. I kept on insulting them back. It didn't really stop. So how about I try a different tactic, right? And then I came across some videos online about saying that, hey, bro, ignore insults, that's the best thing that you'll ever do. And I was like, why not? Let's try them out, right? Because, my previous tactic did not work. Let's try this out. And I did try it out, and bro, it worked wonders for me. In 2 months, the amount of insults and all that dragging and all that nabbing, all that reduced by like 90%. That they stopped. The results were crazy, bro. I'm telling you, even for you, it will work. Because here's why it works. So people really insult you so that you stop working and fall behind, and so that you become really upset. And if you keep replying back to the insults, you will also stop your work. I mean, you'll get interrupted anyways. So you'll get interrupted with your work, and you'll be less happy and you'll get more frustrated, right? And that's what they want. And they will have won if you reply back. However, if you start ignoring these insults, then they'll soon realize that, man, my influence are not working. He's not stopping his work. they'll realize their attempts are not really doing anything and they're useless. So then they'll stop because their purpose was to distract you. And now that you're not getting distracted, they will slowly just stop. Someone else's lack of self control is not justification for abandoning your own. It takes two people for a conflict to happen, not one. So whenever people insult you or call you a loser, you don't always need to reply back. You can just ignore it. Second thing you need to do is practice meditation. So I've heard that meditation helps in making your mind calmer, regulating your emotions, and just overall benefits your mental health, right? Now you might be wondering how it actually helps in facing negative opinions and insults. Well, here's what it does. So first, it makes your mind calm and composed, right? And if you're calm and composed, you'll face insults more better and you'll be able to handle them way better. But if you're like irritated and your mind's in unrest, if somebody insults you, it's like adding salt to the wound, right? You become even more angry and be like, hey, and you'll retaliate back and you'll reply back. And what meditation essentially does is increases the chances of you being that calm and composed state throughout the day. So whenever you get faced with insults and all that stuff, you can handle them and it will make you less irritable. And apart from that, being mindful also is a really helpful thing. Meditation also is really useful. Just do it, man. It has so many benefits. If you were calm and composed, you would take better decisions compared to if you were very irritated or your mind is in unrest. Because when you're irritated, you don't really make pretty good decisions. You make pretty bad ones, right? But if you're calm and composed, you take better decisions. Because think about this. Life is about taking decisions, right? Whether it be a small one like deciding what to eat or wear, or whether it be a big one like choosing your career. Life is about decisions. So why wouldn't you want to practice a skill that helps you in all other aspects of life? The third and final thing that you need to do is learn to say no. You need to start saying no to the things that you don't want to do. Okay, it's just that simple. Just say no, and yet you are still not doing it. Bro, stop caring about what other people might think if you say no to them. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even though if they call you an arrogant person or a stubborn person, in the end, only you will be benefited by this decision. Not saying no is holding you back from having so much free time. Because I guarantee that you might be spending a lot of your time doing things that you don't even want to do. Suppose your friend asks you to like do their homework or something, and for some goddamn reason you just comply. Like you're doing so much random things that you don't need to do. And they could have been avoided if you just said no, right? And also, if your mom asks you to do some chores, do it. Even if you don't feel like it, just do it. They're your parents, man. They raised you and they provided so much for you, and you can't even do such a small thing. Come on, do it. And as for saying no to other people, you can start small. You can start by saying no to the small things that happen every day in life. Suppose your friends ask you to do some random shit like, hey bro, let's go fill a water bottle. But you don't really want to fill your water bottle. Or your water bottle is already filled and then you don't really care, right? Then you can just say, no bro, I don't really want to. Just say it out loud. It's a small thing. You can start small. It's not that really hard to say no. Or suppose your friends say, hey bro, let's bunk this period, and you don't really want to miss the period and you don't want to bunk and get caught and all that stuff, you can just say, nah man, I don't want to miss this period. You can literally just say that. Start by saying no to small things and then work your way up. And then once you start saying no to small things, you'll start establishing some control in your life. Once you start saying no to small things, you can start saying no to the big things as well. Suppose you can decline an invitation to go out with your friends and you don't really want to, etc. Hey, that's the end of the video. If you found something useful in this video and if you found some information in this video, make sure to subscribe or like. And make sure to join my Discord, right? We can do some weekly calls, I'll help you out. It'll be really fun, meeting some people in self improvement. That'll be very crazy.